Chapter 3 Delhi 12th to 15th century question answers from class 7 subject social science history book Our Past 2. Let's recall question 1 which ruler first established his or her capital at Delhi? Answer Anangapala of the Tomara dynasty first established his capital at Delhi in the year 1130. Question 2. What was the language of administration under the Delhi Sultans? Answer. Persian was the language of administration under the Delhi Sultans. Third. In whose reign did the Sultanate reach its farthest extent? Answer. Under Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq's reign, the Sultanate reached its farthest extent. Question 4. From which country did Ibn Battuta travel to India? Answer. Ibn Battuta was a 14th century traveler who came to India from Morocco, Africa. Let's understand question 5. According to the circle of justice, why was it important for military commanders to keep the interest of the peasantry in mind? Answer. According to the circle of justice, it was important for military commanders to keep the interest of the peasantry in mind because the peasants would pay revenue only when they are happy and prosperous, and the salary of the military is generated from the revenue collected from the peasants. Question 6. What is meant by the internal and external frontiers of the Sultanate? Answer. Internal frontiers. The internal frontiers meant the hinterland and garrison towns. Often these places lied in close neighborhood of the capital city of Delhi. The area of internal frontier extended up to the forest of Ganga, Yamuna, Doab. External frontiers. The external frontiers means the areas that lie far away from Delhi, that is South India. Question 7. What were the steps taken to ensure that muqtis performed their duties? What do you think they may have wanted to defy the orders of the sultans? Answer. Under the Khalji and Tughlaq monarchs, military commanders were appointed as governors of territories. The lands were called Ikta, and their holders of these lands were known as Iktadars or Muqtis. The steps that were taken to ensure that the duties were performed well by muqtis are: they collected their salaries from the revenue from their assignments. The offices of the muqtis could not be inherited by their children. Iktas were assigned for a short period of time and then they were shifted. Let's discuss question 8. Do you think the authors of tawarikh would provide information about the lives of ordinary men and women? Answer. The authors of tawarikh were men who were very learned. They were secretaries, administrators, poets, and courtiers. They did not provide information about the lives of ordinary men and women because the authors of tawarikh used to live in cities, mainly Delhi, and not in villages. Often, they wrote histories for sultans in the hope of getting rich rewards. They also advised the rulers regarding their birthrights and gender distinctions. Question 9. Raziyya Sultan was unique in the history of Delhi Sultanate. Do you think women leaders are accepted more readily today? Answer. Raziyya Sultan was unique in the history of the Delhi Sultanate because of her ability as an effective leader of the Sultanate. She was a woman ruler and thus wasn't accepted at that time. Yes, women leaders are more readily accepted as a ruler today because of reducing gender stereotypes. Question 10. Why were the Delhi Sultans interested in cutting down forests? Does deforestation occur for the same reasons today? Answer. In an attempt to encourage agriculture on the land, the Delhi Sultans were interested in cutting down forests. This would also help them in creating protected territories against enemies while promoting trade routes. There are a lot of similarities found between the past and present scenarios when it comes to deforestation. Even today, creation of roads, railways, and promotion of industries are one of the major contributing factors to deforestation. Let us do question 11. Find out whether there are any buildings built by the Delhi Sultans in your area. Are there any other buildings in your area that were built between the 12th and 15th centuries? Describe some of these buildings and draw sketches of them. Answer. Some buildings built by the Delhi Sultans. First, Qutub Minar, 1192 to 1220, built by Qutubuddin Aibak and completed by Iltutmish. Purpose: it was built to celebrate the victory of the Turks in Delhi. Speciality: it is the tallest brick minaret in the world, made of red sandstone and marble. Location: Mehrauli, Delhi. Second, Alai Darwaza, 1311, built by Alauddin Khilji. Purpose: it was the main entrance to the Qutub Minar complex. Speciality: beautiful arches and marble carvings are seen in this building. Third, Tughlaqabad Fort, 1321 to 1325, built by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Purpose: it was built to protect the city from enemies. Speciality: the fort has huge walls and a strong structure which shows the power of the Tughlaq dynasty. Location: Tughlaqabad, Delhi. Fourth, Lodi Garden Tombs, 15th century. Built by Lodi dynasty. Purpose: these tombs were built for the rulers of the Lodi dynasty. Speciality: the tombs have large domes, gardens and Mughal style architecture. Location: Lodi Garden, Delhi. Other buildings built between the 12th and 15th centuries. Apart from the buildings built by the Delhi Sultans, there are also other historical buildings that were built during the 12th to 15th centuries. Some of them are: first, Haus Khas complex, 14th century, built by Alauddin Khilji. Purpose: it was built as a water reservoir to supply water to the city. Speciality: it has a large water tank, mosque and a madrasa, that is school. Location: Haus Khas, Delhi. Second, Purana Killa, Old Fort, 1538 to 1545, built by Sher Shah Suri. Although not exactly by a sultan, it was built in the same period. Purpose: it was built as a fortress for the Mughal rulers. Speciality: huge walls, massive gates and beautiful design. Location: near Pragati Maidan, Delhi. Friends, we have completed all the question answers from chapter 3, Delhi, 12th to 15th century. If you like the video, kindly like it and share it with your friends. You can support me with channel membership and super thanks. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.